So it's official. The Big Ten is going to be adding four helmets, not two, four helmets to the conference. I don't think this is the end. Now they're adding USC, UCLA today, Washington, and Oregon. Boy, this is coast to coast football. So throughout the whole day, you're going to see a Big Ten game. That's never been done before, and it's going to be pretty cool. I don't think this is it. Now they're up to 18 teams. They're going to add Stanford and Cal. I think that's going to be the next two teams because they got to, if they get those two teams, you got the highest academic school throughout the whole entire country. And then Stanford got to have Cal. I mean, that's their biggest rival. So they got to bring them too, which is Cal's a respectable school in its own right. So if it's the Big Ten bill, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Big Ten started reaching out for, I heard North Carolina. I heard Clemson. I heard Florida State. To me, I think they should go to after the South teams because if you get those teams, you got almost the entire country except for the Southwest. You think about it, they have a team in every time region. They got it in the Pacific, they got Mountain Time, they got Central, of course, because that's the origin of Big Ten, and they got the East Coast with Rutgers, Penn State, and Maryland. If they add a North Carolina or add a Florida State, that would be really good. Actually, adding what I could see happening, this is a possibility, I think. Florida State, Duke. You gotta think about Duke. If you get North Carolina, you can't leave without Duke. They go hand in hand. That would be great for the Big Ten. Two academic schools, but also they'll bring that basketball. And honestly, if they bring those two schools, it would, man, Big Ten dominating every sport. What else? Clemson's intriguing, but I think Clemson belongs in the SEC in my opinion. Florida State could belong in the SEC too. Then you have Florida and Florida State playing each other all the time, which that's a good thing. But I don't know. Florida State doesn't even. It's crazy. It doesn't. It's weird to say this, but Florida State is not an SEC school. It's hard to describe it. It's just not. It's in the South. Regionally, it makes sense. It's just not a SEC school. I can't describe it. And people who know Florida State, you know what I'm talking about. It's just something about them. I can't put my finger on it, but honestly, they would fit in the Big Ten. They would, as weird as it may sound, because actually Florida State's a decent school. It's in the top 100. So I think they would fit in the Big Ten as well. And you'll get that Southern regional fan base. And you're going to introduce the Ohio States, the Michigans, and USC coming down south. And then the South will be like, oh, this is pretty cool. We're getting the West Coast teams and the East Coast teams coming down here. And it will broaden their imagination a little bit. I think that would be a great strategic move. But right now, I think the magic number is 20. So the next two teams, because a lot of conferences are going by 20. Possibility, I think realistically, they might add Stanford and Cal. And then that'll be enough for the West Coast. And that will lessen the travel for those guys. And it'll be fair for them. So, but Oregon, Washington, you're getting the Nike. Washington, I'm not really thrilled about them. But Oregon, that's huge. You get Nike. So Big Ten is becoming almost like a mini NFL. It really is.